That's embarrassing.
Bro, everything in the past 5 weeks has been embarrassing. I'm numb to it. Like, nothing surprises me anymore. But that with that being said, like I'm still pottering. I just think
ايه تسمية.
hello, what it do, YouTube? It is your favorite channel. Men in Glasses back in action again. Been a minute. Where you
Finally,
been, bro?
finally, bro. Like it's been a minute, but I've been good. I've been good, making some moves on the side, so that's why.
Yeah. Moving mad, bro. Same. Man's become a chef in a restaurant,
Both
innit?
the movements similar though.
Yeah. It's just the fact that like we have so many other things that are going on in our life, especially with you, your studying and your job and everything. Like for me, I mean, I'm just doing the job, bro. I wake up 4 a.m., come back by 5:30. So that's pretty much all of my day. By 8 o'clock, bro, I'm drowsy as hell. Like I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's me when I'm back home at night. But
Mm.
starting taking out time for this again, which we finally have after a while.
Yeah, no, 100%. Um, but anyways, like beside all of that, this video is gonna be regarding the review of game week 23,
I,
23, right?
no, I think it's 24 because I think City's played 24
Oh,
games.
shit, man's going back in time. Game week 24. Um, yes, we look at the recent round of fixtures and analyze each and every one of them, what happened in each and every game, and the major talking points from most of the matches, especially Arsenal's run to the title, which you have a close grip on still,
Still, we're
but
still first. I mean, after what happened the past 3 weeks, like losing to Everton, drawing to Brentford, losing to City, we're still first.
he's still first.
The
Yeah,
2 points,
man. Like,
you still have 2 points in a game in hand. I still believe
yeah,
he's gonna take it, but
yeah. You think
um,
so?
I think City's gonna take it if I'm being realistic and thinking from an unbiased point of view. But
Mhm.
as an Arsenal fan, I'm always
Why is that though? Like, why do you think City has more of a chance to take it than
because
Arsenal?
they're experienced. We're not. We've never been here. Our players have not played on this level. They're gonna lack that consistency. And at the business end of the season, that's when the pressure kicks on. Because you could see against City, the nerves were kicking in. They were making
Yeah,
they were making decisions that they would normally would not. They were panicking. And that's when I think
yeah,
when the business end of the season comes in, a nerve's gonna kick
mm,
in, and that's might we might lose the title then. But I'm hoping it doesn't
yeah.
happen. I want to be proven wrong.
Of
But
course.
just unbiased, realistic point of view, I think City will take it.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I think City have more of that experience of
Exactly. They've
winning the
done it.
league.
They've
It's
done
done it
it.
so many times. Like
Oh, they've been in
it,
title races for the past 5 years. They know how to do it.
they know how to finish it off because, as you said, by the business end of the season, City just change. Like they're mentality monsters, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to beat these guys in terms of points, in terms of games. Like they just change by the end of the season, especially when they get kicked out of the UCL, which makes it easier for them to just focus on the league. But let's see what happens this season with the UCL in contention still for City. If they
And
manage to stay in, I think it could be a close call for Arsenal to win by the
And
end.
it's no criticism to Arsenal, honestly. Like it's no criticism to Arsenal, but we have a young squad. We have a young side that never played on this level. They've never been there. Even last season when
Yeah,
we were fourth, the business end of the season, we bottled it. So I mean,
yeah.
they've bounced back from it. We've got more experience in the side too, with players like Zinchenko, Jesus, serial winners who've won the league 4 times in the past 5 years.
Jorginho, not.
Jorginho. But I still think there's just something. There's just this season maybe it's gonna be the learning curve for them, like what to
Yeah.
do when the business end of the season comes. But I'm still hoping. I'm hoping we win because we have a favorable run of fixtures right now. I
Oh
hope
yeah,
we
definitely.
gather as much points as we can, and if we have a like 5-6 point lead with City by the business end of the season, then I think we can still take it through. Honestly.
I think if Arsenal have a 5-6 point lead on City in game week 32, 33, that becomes way more realistic for
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal to win from
Mm-hmm.
there on in because it's only 5-6 games to go. Now, if you perform for 32 games so consistently with minor bad run in the middle, which is, of course, this game week and the last few game weeks against City and Brentford and everyone.
And
But
you're gonna have a blip in the season. You can't go the whole season
yeah,
winning and winning and
I
winning.
mean,
You
even
can't
look
do
at
it.
City with the possibly the best striker in the world they do have right now. Even after that, they do suffer not game in, game out, but every now and then, like
Yeah,
there's always
exactly.
this blip.
That's why I didn't panic when we lost against City and we went second. I didn't panic because I knew it was just a blip. We can come back. And this City has the potential to lose points every now and then. It's not the City that
Yeah,
won a 19-18 game winning streak. If it was that City,
yeah,
it would be done and dusted. But it's not that City.
yeah.
And that was a minor blip. You're not going to go the whole season winning games. I've not seen an
Mm,
Arsenal title run, but I've seen title runs besides this city, this monstrous city. I've seen title.
mm-hmm.
You're gonna have blips in between the season. You're gonna go maybe lose a couple of games. You're not gonna win like 35, 36, 30, 30.
Yeah, it's nearly
So
impossible with the level of
exactly,
football that's being
exactly,
played nowadays.
exactly. So if I knew it was just a minor. I hope it's just a minor one. We've come back against Aston Villa. We won. We bounced back 3 major points. So I'm not
Yeah.
panicking yet. That's why I still think we're in the
But
title race.
with
I will say
with
we're
Villa,
in
it was a
the title race.
close call, bro. Like
Very close call.
Villa
But
was a close
oh,
call.
Odegaard should have sealed the deal in the like
Yeah.
70 something minute. Like it was done. It should have been
How
done.
did he miss that? How did he miss that still? Like I'm still
He's,
wondering. Like
he's the
good
luckiest
thing
guy.
for FPL though, because no assist from Martinelli or goal for Odegaard. But yeah, I mean
And
it's kind of
bro,
weird he missed in that
that
situation.
miss was something else. Like the commentator even said, you wouldn't want anyone else on in that position. Like if you asked a fan, it'd
Hmm.
be like Odegaard, yeah, 100%.
I would rather have Saka in that position, ain't gonna lie. Saka is, I mean, thing is, you can argue all day long whether Odegaard or Saka is better, but Saka, I don't know, bro. I just like the guy a lot. Like, he would finish that chance
I
off,
would.
bro.
He
Easy.
would, but he's missed some good chances too in the past years. I've seen him every game, I know. But you would expect, or you could expect anyone in that team to finish this chance, honestly. Like, even if it was White in that position, even if it was Saliba in that position, I would expect them to finish it off. Bro, it was an empty net straight up.
Yeah,
Not hitting
no.
the target, nothing else, bro. It's just back of the net. That's
But
it.
what do you think about like Unai Emery coming up against Arsenal, well, the demon from the past, and putting up the
Bro, I'm
performance that
so glad.
like
I'm
Villa
so
did?
glad we won. I'm so glad. I couldn't have taken this loss or even a draw for it would be a loss against because last time we got like he kicked us out of the Europa League. Like, mm-mm,
Yeah.
do that, bro.
That's a hard one to take, especially with him being at the helm. Like Villa look very different from obviously when
Yeah,
Stevie G was the manager.
his team is gonna be either they're gonna win 2-3-0, 2-3-1 actually, or they're gonna lose 3-1, 4-1. There's no in between.
Yeah,
He's either gonna win
yeah.
3-1, 4-1, he's either gonna lose 3-1, 4-1. Something like
To
that.
be fair, like Arsenal did get lucky with the third goal with the Jorginho shot with Emi Martinez and
We
everything,
got
with the
lucky, but we got
deflection.
lucky with the goal, 100%. But I
Mm.
wouldn't say that we didn't deserve that goal, bro. In the second
Oh
half,
yeah, yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
we
definitely.
deserved it. We deserved to win. So the way the goal came, very lucky. But saying we didn't
Yeah,
deserve it is too harsh. Like we did deserve
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
The scoreline
Defo,
is
defo.
the scoreline is the perfect representation of the game. But the way the goals came, we're kind of lucky. I understand. Like the last one was a break. The keeper was up. That was the last kick of the game. 3-2 was very, 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 very lucky. But
Yeah.
93rd
I
minute.
mean,
But
bro,
sometimes
I've
you
seen
need luck, bro. You
Jorginho
need to.
play for Chelsea for years, bro. He never takes a shot
Bro,
like that. Man
I,
never takes a shot like
I
that.
saw this last night only. Jorginho scored like a very similar goal to this for Chelsea. Very, very
Bro,
similar.
but
First
see,
touch
thing
out of the
is,
box,
that's
finish top corner.
bro, because the thing is, if Jorginho's taking a shot outside the box, yeah, bro, 9 out of 10 times, maybe even 10 out of 10 times, he is going to miss. I know that. Like, I am so when he was a Chelsea player, I was so not confident in his shots. Like, for me to say I'm more confident in Kovacic's shots from outside the box than Jorginho is quite something. Because bro, Kovacic he scores bangers every now and then. Everyone knows that. But bro, there's so few and far between, and he misses so many shots. Like what I'm trying to get at is lucky, but sometimes like that has to happen for teams that are on a good run. especially with players like Jorginho, who wouldn't do that. That's uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, you need that during the season. If you're
You
going
need
for
that
the
luck.
title, you need things like that to work on in your
Yeah,
favor.
if you want to win a title, you have to have some sort of luck. Some refereeing decision going your way, maybe something like what happened, obviously, with the Jorginho shot and deflection of Martinez, or something along the lines. Because I mean, you make your own luck in sport. It's the best representation of.
Mm.
If you keep a drive, you keep the keep pressurizing the way Arsenal did in the second half. Villa, that goal was, I mean, even, however it came,
Long
it didn't matter
time.
because it was coming.
It was coming long time, long time.
Yeah,
Should have scored like a long time ago, but
yeah.
missed a lot of chances. That's what's pissing me off. And like the other thing, like our defense hasn't been that solid since the World Cup.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We've
I
been
mean,
conceding goals
but to
every
think
other
that
game.
Chelsea and Arsenal have conceded the same amount of goals this season, it's pretty crazy because, bro, Chelsea's 15th.
I know.
Chelsea's 15th.
No, no,
15th.
you're like 10th or 11th, not 15th.
Bro, anything
No,
that's below 10 is 15 for me, bro. I
you're 10th
don't
or
care,
11th
bro.
because I know Liverpool's 9th, you're 10th. I think Liverpool went up the table
I don't
after.
know. I was joking, but what I mean to say is
Yeah,
like,
but
bro,
our
we're
defense,
in such a position.
no, we've been conceding a lot of goals. We've conceded almost every home game. Kept clean sheets.
Really?
Yeah, we've kept clean sheets away. We've conceded almost every home game. I don't know what's wrong with our defense. Like every game is the same, bro. It's counter, 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 counter. Every single
Yeah.
game is the same thing. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. But what do you think? Like, what do you expect? Um,
Yeah,
the
I
defense to get better in the coming years,
Oh
or
yeah, 100%. Is the back four's first season together. It's my center backs. It's their first season together. You know, as much as the center backs play together, the better they get together.
yeah, of course,
Partnership they
yeah,
form.
that's true.
It's a partnership they form, and it looks like Saliba and Gabriel can play well together because when they're playing well, they play really well. But obviously,
Mm.
you're not gonna have the same consistency. Saliba's still 21. He's young, and this is their first season together. So in the next season and after that, I expect our defense to be better because our back five actually, Ramsdale too. Like they're not
Mhm.
together this back five. They're gonna get learn with each other. They're gonna get to know each other. They're gonna. I
Yeah,
hope
I think this is
I
only
see
the
it getting
start
better
for
'cause-
better things to
and
come.
they're young too. It's not like they're like 30, 31 that you wouldn't expect them
Yeah,
to go. They're gonna grow
hmm,
together, so that's a good thing.
that's true. I
And
mean, this is only a start.
the center back partnership something you don't change. You don't rotate. Like anyone who watches and plays football knows the center back remains the same, bro. Like if the manager could, 38 out of 38 games, the same two people would start at center back.
Yeah, 100%. It's just that, like, often what happens, well, I mean, the Liverpool example is a really good one, is when Van Dijk got injured, like, their defense was a shambles. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what happens is you become overly reliant on a center back partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
what could potentially happen for worse off is if one of them gets injured and a new one comes in, and it's a new center back partnership in the build, and it towards the business end of the season, because usually injuries happen around this time,
mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
Jan, Feb, March, April. So again, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Like, as good as it is, it could cost you as much
Not as
because
yep,
you become overly reliant on it. So I
yep.
think speaking of center back partnerships, bro, I think a Chelsea topic would be a good one here.
Hmm.
I don't know what's happening, bro. Like, I'm really clueless. But
Bro,
I will say before proceeding,
losing against
yeah, go
bottom
on.
of the league Southampton at home 1-0, bro, that's embarrassing.
Bro, everything in the past 5 weeks has been embarrassing. I'm numb to it. Like, nothing surprises me anymore. But that with that being said, like, I'm still Pottering. I just
That
think, like,
surprises me, but
sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, you need to back a manager, give him the resources he wants, and especially with what Bowley's done with Potter, give him his own like scout and his analyst, blah blah. I don't even remember exactly who, but he bought the whole entourage from Brighton. And the sack
Mhm.
Potter now means you have to let 5, 6 other people go as well, or they'll quit. And imagine the amount of money you have to pay out for all these 5, 6 people to get out of your club. That's like an easy 60, 70 mil. Yeah. But I think, like, if you're setting up a future for a club, like he's done so far, in the sense that Potter's come in, he's bought his own entourage and everything. I think it just will take time, but it will come good because it's again, as much as I like to put emphasis on it, it is a rebuild season. Yes, it's a painful one. Yes, it's a hard one. With the squad we've got, we should be doing much better. But there's a lot of potential there still because it's a young squad. So there's a long way to go, especially looking at the Arteta example from like 3 years ago. The fans were asking for his head on a spike, man. Like these guys were after him. Like you're one of them. So I mean, things turn around quickly. It's football. A few run of bad results, fine, you can take it. But I think a few bad results or a few good games where you win games, say like if he wins the next 4 or 5 games back to back, bro, the whole narrative is gonna flip. So this whole narrative where Potter should be sacked, this and that, bro, all he needs to do is win 3 games in a row. You get momentum, you show quality and identity on the pitch in the way you're playing football, right? And once that's obvious, because I haven't seen it yet, okay, it's been 27, 28 games already. But maybe I'm being optimistic. I don't know.
Bro, like being an Arsenal fan, I see where you come from when you say like give Potter time because Arteta shown like given time you can actually change things at the club. But what the difference I see and what thing is Potter has a really good squad. Arteta was down bad. He had a shit squad, shit squad. You have a
Yeah.
way better squad than we had. But so that's why that's why I think is Potter can Potter do it? Because you have a very good squad. You have a very good squad.
But here's the thing.
You have a very
Speaking
good
of
squad.
the
And it's
squad,
not all of them are new players. Like, yeah, you have a lot of new players, but you still have a lot of old players too that when you signed you were very happy with them.
yeah, but I think the basic argument that comes in there because of the quality of the squad is because like they are still new signings, yeah, older players, but older players are players like I don't know,
James,
man,
Thiago Silva,
James,
Chilwell, Kepa,
Thiago Silva, and they're consistent performers. Kepa, like
Kovacic,
they have been
Kante.
consistent, but it's just that again, bro. One thing that everyone easily overlooks is injuries have hampered our season big time. The reason why we made most of these signings is to cover up injury problems, but also to build for the future. Someone like a Mudryk, for example, bro. Honestly, before we signed Mudryk, yeah, we did not have a starting left winger. Bro, we did not have a starting left winger. Bro, Conor Gallagher is playing left winger. Bro, are you joking? Because we didn't have anyone fit. And obviously, no excuse for anything, but it's worth mentioning that like yeah, it's new signings, all new squad, trying to gel in together, whatever. But I think new signings take time to get used to the league. They're coming from different leagues. If say they were EPL signings,
Mhm.
some place like a Brighton, like a Moises Caicedo or something like that, then no excuses because you played in this league long enough. Maybe the only excuse is you're gelling in with the new team, but you played under this manager as well. If it's say Caicedo, but obviously situation is different with all of them because Enzo's coming from Benfica, Mudrik's coming from the Ukrainian league. Bro, Kukare, I don't even want to get there, okay? But like Aubameyang's, a few players signed by Tuchel have really not worked out for Chelsea because it was his vision at the point that forced Bowley to buy these small players. Like I would even say Koulibaly wasn't a very shrewd signing, but he's proven to be decent against Dortmund, but that's just one game. Maybe again, it takes time to settle in a new country and
Wait, like
all of that jazz. But
that's what I say, like new signings, because it's not just you moving into a new league, you're moving into a new country, new culture, new language, everything
yeah.
is different. So it takes time to adapt. It's not easy.
Hmm.
You can't just go in a new place and be like, yeah, I'm myself. It takes time to adapt.
Yeah.
It takes time. That's
Mhm.
understandable.
Well,
Anyone
the
who's
thing
moved,
is,
anyone who's
mhm.
changed countries knows that it takes time to adapt.
Oh, it takes a lot of time, but it's also the fact that like because they're big money signings,
More
quite a
pressure
few of them more pressure obviously from the fan base, from just the
from the
media
media.
overall, but expectation to live up to that price tag in the short term is so unrealistic because like bro, how many 100 mil players can you get in the market right now that are gonna come to a new league and perform from the word go?
Yeah,
Okay,
when you buy 100 million player now, to your expectation is gonna come and he's gonna help us win the league. This right now, he's gonna win us the league. That's what you expect.
but
But that's not what you get.
not always
And like
though.
that's not what you get, and I understand that. But that's what people expect. That's what everyone expects when you spend so much money.
See, I think like if it's here's a bit of an intellectual argument. Maybe we can. It's an interesting one. I think 100 mil signing for a 26, 27-year-old player. I think that's when you can have expectation for the player to come in and perform.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
just like a toy, like come in, perform, show that you're worth that price tag. But if it's a player that's 21, 22, 20, even see pushing it to 23, he has 6, 7 years to prove himself
No.
because the peak of
No.
his career, he can't even see it yet. He
Yeah.
doesn't even know if it's at this club,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's just the fact that, like, if it's a younger player, obviously 100 mil price tag like a Mudryk seems like a big price tag for a player who plays in the Ukrainian league. Fair enough. But the guy is 21. Cut him some slack. Like all this English media hype around players that, bro, often they've hyped up players, English players especially, which aren't that special because they're 21, 22. They're thinking, oh wow, he's gonna be this, he's gonna be that. But like often it doesn't happen because you expect so much from them that when they don't live up to that, it affects their mental, and then they come down as players. Wiltshire is one of the most renowned examples of that. Like
Yeah,
the
Wilshire's
guy was
career was,
special.
bro, but his career was damaged by injuries. It wasn't anything else.
Yeah, see, that's a bit of a different like. Well, he was injured. That's what finished his career essentially. But maybe he's a bad example. But numerous others that weren't
Dele
fit.
Alli,
Dele Ali, bro, he can't
best
even
example.
play for the Turkish team he's playing for. Is it Trabzonspor? I don't even know how to say that name. But
When
like,
Dele Alli came, you know how much he was hyped up. Everyone knows, and his
yeah,
first few seasons were damn good, not gonna lie, but then he dropped off.
yeah, big time, big time.
Big
Like
time.
even bro, Danny Rose. Back in the day, bro, when Danny Rose came, what a left back he used to be. One good season, though, for Spurs. One good season. That's it. Yeah.
They
Downhill after that.
maybe they need to leave Spurs after that, like Walker did, and still performing. Maybe it's Spurs, not the players.
But bro, Walker's class though. There's a reason why no one bought Danny Rose from Spurs. No big club bought Danny Rose from Spurs because obviously they have these old scouting departments and they look at stats and analyze them. And the thing is, you can be a one season wonder, which often English players really are just one season wonder. But there's some who are young and who show such potential. Someone like a Saka, someone like a Foden, someone like a Trent, someone like a Reece James. But again, Trent's having a bad season. But that doesn't mean he's a bad player.
He's not a bad. Trent's having a bad season, bro. It's not
For
just
Liverpool,
disaster.
thing is, and the story Liverpool's having a bad season. It's
Mm-hmm.
not down to Trent. Even Robertson, bro, he is at the peak of his career, bro. He's 28. He's a Scottish captain. Like he won't get any better than this. This is what he is, right? Trent is much younger than Robbo. So I don't I don't understand why people don't look at Robbo and say what a disappointment he's been this season. He's a captain of Scotland. He has much more experience under his belt than Trent, right? But people often obviously look at Trent because of what Liverpool fans say every now and then. The best right back in the world, best left back in the world. Like one season wonder, bro. Like relax. You want a UCL? Relax. You haven't done anything after that. Relax.
Well, give him time. He's still 22, 23. Give him time. He hasn't reached peak of his career. When he does, then we'll see. So the
Yeah,
Liverpool fans have to say best in the world, best ever. So
that's just you.
that's a good way to come
It's
into the Liverpool game.
bro. It's almost like a price tag, right? Like you look at 100 mil price tag, you say, okay, we bought this player for 100 mil, and then you call him the greatest ever. Okay, they're both tags, all the same. And then that player tries to live up to both of them, he will never be able to live up to, unless he's a special player, someone like a Messi. I mean, those come around once in like 5 generations.
Fair, but this is a good way to get into the Liverpool game. तुमने देखा? Did you see the Pope's red card?
Oh,
Ooh,
I did see the Pope red card, but I didn't watch the game though.
I watched the whole game. Like Liverpool looked threatening before the red card rather than after the red card. Because
Really?
yeah, because after that there was just people behind the ball for Newcastle. 9 men
And
actually.
they're defensively solid anyway,
Defensively.
Newcastle. So even if they're 10 men, like it's fine for them.
But they weren't playing their defensive football before the red card. It was after the red card this changed into a defensive formation. But before that, that's
Yeah,
why
before the red card, it must have been an open game.
yeah, it was a very open game. Liverpool 2 goals. Liverpool scored 2 goals. Like that's very surprising on Liverpool. Like on
Was it St. James Park or
St.
Anfield?
James. St. James.
Oh, St. James. Interesting because like I don't know, bro. I thought Newcastle would win this one. To be honest with
I
you.
actually thought it was gonna be a draw. I actually thought it was.
Really?
Newcastle has only lost 2 games this season, and both of them are against Liverpool.
Oh, now the second one as well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. But
that's
a
pretty
very
crazy.
blatant red card from Pope. He's not going to play the final on Sunday. Dubravka cannot play
Why not?
because cup tied. United loan.
Oh
They don't have their
no.
first choice keeper. They don't have their second choice keeper. They're stuck with their third youth academy keeper.
No, isn't it Loris Karius?
No,
Is
I'm
that the
talking about
Newcastle
Newcastle.
third keeper?
Newcastle. I
Yeah,
don't know.
isn't
I don't know his name. Like the commentator mentioned that. I forgot his name.
wait, let me check. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, bro, Newcastle lose it for sure.
Now they're losing for sure. For sure.
No, that's
I
crazy.
was hoping they'd beat them, but the Liverpool look like they're back, kind of. Like they won their.
Yeah, they've gained some momentum in the past couple of
Hmm.
games. They do look better as a side, but I think one more game I'll have to watch to see how much progress they've actually made.
And they
Um,
have a decent run of fixtures now, I think.
they do indeed. But let's see, man, Mo Salah has been very disappointing this season so far.
I mean, the
Like,
whole Liverpool team has. I don't think there's one player that you can say, oh, no, this guy has. Allison, except for Allison, you can't say, like, oh, this guy has performed. It's only
see,
Allison.
even I'd say Nunez has missed a lot of chances, but he gets in those positions to be able to miss them. You know, he is a threatening player. He is a threatening player,
Yeah,
right? If he gets the ball at the edge of the box, you will be,
he's
no matter
fast.
what team you
Bro,
are,
he's fast.
he's fast. And the only thing the only thing he's missing right now is finishing the final finish. Because, like, bro, once he gets that, yeah, he's dangerous
Mm-hmm.
as fuck. Like, I would love to have him on my team if he had that finish in him, which he obviously does based on his previous Portuguese league way of playing. But obviously, it's the Premier League, takes time.
Mm-hmm. Like, even Timo Werner did, but he never did it in the Premier League. The next Timo Werner,
Yeah.
maybe?
Next, Timo Werner, maybe. I think I just think like he has the physical attributes of a striker. Timo Werner, you could argue like he was a bit shorter. He
Mm-hmm.
was quick. He would need that, like he would play on the last man and all of that. Fair enough. But in the Premier League, especially if you're Chelsea, you won't get that opportunity to play on a last man because everyone is going to be defensive against you. You're short. The only thing you have is speed and dribble. The
You
chance
won't
of
get
you
the
succeeding
space.
is very low.
You
You
won't get
won't get the space.
Mhm.
I mean, and if you get the space and you still miss, like there's
It's still
obviously
there.
this is not going to work out.
Still there. I mean, we're
Yeah,
long gone now. So that's
but
done.
Nunez, like especially with his height, because he's a bit of a poacher as well.
Mm.
Like he has that in him to be a good striker suited to the Premier League because he's not short. He has decent height on him, so he can come in for those headers and stuff, which I think nowadays makes more of a difference than actual ball playing technical ability for a striker,
Mm.
especially in the Premier League. Because you're coming up against big fullbacks and like
Big
big
center.
center backs and even fast for their height. Like, so the only thing you have on them is to win aerially
Mm.
or that header. See, that's one thing the Arsenal still, I would argue, is missing, even with the
Mhm.
Jesus, even with the
Aerially.
Nketiah. Mm,
Aerially, we're missing. 100%. That's why I want Tony. But that's a
yeah.
conversation for another day.
Mm.
Moving on to the next game. City won, Nottingham Forest won. That was a surprise.
Man, I was surprised because like I was obviously rooting for City because like I'd rather see City win the title
I
than
was
Arsenal,
rooting for
honestly.
Nottingham Forest. I was hoping, like a draw for me was a win. So I was,
Yeah, that's a win for Arsenal for sure. Like that's like, bro, because the thing is, you still have that point advantage on them
and the game
after this.
advantage.
and the game advantage. So obviously it does mean good things for you guys, but I'm surprised how they drew with Nottingham, bro. Like,
Bro, Haaland and Foden missed two great chances, bro.
really.
Very good chances. If you see them, you'll be like, what the fuck did they actually do?
Yeah.
Then he skied it. Haaland skied it like 6 yards out. He skied it. Foden, one-on-one with the keeper. He could have passed to Haaland on his left. Missed it. Completely missed. Didn't shoot, didn't pass, nothing.
Oh my god,
Like,
bro.
he tried passing the ball, but it got intercepted by too late. Like, he fell down while passing. So, like, stuck in 2 minds, didn't shoot, didn't pass either.
Yeah, probably just a doubt in your mind between passing or shooting.
But
But I don't know,
very
man.
good chances that they missed, and I'm very happy they did. I'm glad. I watched the whole game. I was dancing. Like, come on.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, man. Like, this is the first time City's dominance in the Premier League is in doubt. Like, oh, it's always Liverpool. The past couple of seasons, always Liverpool behind their tail and everything. But this time, it's nice to see someone else do the same thing.
Yep.
But
And I'm glad.
surprised with the result.
Yeah,
1-1.
so it was very surprising. Like, bro, when we lost to City, I saw the fixtures.
Mm.
I was like, they're gonna win their next two games. Like, we don't have a chance to go first until our game in hand. But City was like, no,
Yeah.
relax, bro, I got it.
But again, like, I think City is a sort of team that needs to just show up for the next 14 game weeks, win 10, 11 of them, and I think that's enough to win the title.
But let's see what the Guardiola's priority is for this season. Maybe it's the Champions League. Go focus on the champs. Leave the league. You've won it 4 times.
But bro, because the thing is, because you have a squad deep enough to put up a starting 11 for Champions League and put up a
Mhm.
starting 11 for Premier League, this is no excuse. You can't be focusing on one thing and not the other one. You have spent so much money to make such a good squad. It's almost like a World 11. You
Mhm.
have you have no excuses.
You don't have
Absolutely no.
excuses. You don't have excuses, but I hope that's what happens.
And he's a fucking genius as a thing. Like, but there's a reason why Pep Roulette exists because he's a genius. He sees things that you can't see. Even though wrong decisions are made, he's human after all. But
Mm.
when it works out,
But it's not perfect.
people don't see it like
Bro,
that.
he's a genius. That guy is a genius. But
I
he
mean,
has an African curse on him. He can't win the champs.
bro, I think this season might be the one where it might potentially be broken. I think, bro, like the most obvious, I think the odds would be on City to win the Champions League again this year, like every other year in the past 3 years. But
Mhm.
I
But
think
in the
this
semis,
should be their year.
they always borrow in the semis. But they went to the finals 1 year, but before that was the COVID year. But other than that, they always borrow.
Yeah, they always bottle it, but like, man, I'd expect bigger and better things from them, like this
Mhm.
season
You
especially.
expect though, you 100% should expect bigger and better things from them, bro. Their team is different.
But the team's filthy, bro. That's the word. Like, how can you have this team? How are you allowed to have this team? It's crazy. Like, how
Haaland,
did their new signings come
bro.
out and work?
Haaland and KDB. That you should be
Bro,
scoring 5 goals every game and winning five. Even if you concede 4 goals a game, you should win by scoring five.
yeah. Thing is, like, even Julian Alvarez, like when Haaland is injured, bro, he's just not as good as Haaland, but he's a great replacement
It's not like you're
for
saying,
Haaland.
oh, they're like the levels dropped. Like
No, no,
it's
no.
not that bad. Like yeah, he's not as scary as Haaland, but he's
Mhm.
not bad. He's still a very good player.
Bro, he's fucking amazing. Like, I quite like Julian Alvarez, especially after the World Cup as well. Like his
Mhm.
impact in the World Cup. But anyway, like the other fixture we would want to discuss is
The United one,
the
United
United
still
one.
good
Yeah,
chance
United Leicester.
lately.
Man, Rashi
Yeah.
has been in the form of his life, dude. This 2023 is gonna be a great year for him. I already feel it in my bones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even a United fan though. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can
Same.
see that this guy is gonna fucking explode this year, because especially after his injury woes for the past couple of seasons, because he comes on, he looks good, then he gets injured, and boom, boom, boom. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again this season. And if it doesn't happen, bro, outside shout, United can go for the title. I'm not
This
even
season or
joking.
next?
This season.
This season. Mm.
Yeah. They
That's
keep winning games, but they're 5 points off of Arsenal anyway.
Yeah, but we still have a game in hand on them. And plus, City, if I see City, like, I don't think United is
No, no, obviously,
like City,
I
bro.
mean, favorite is City, but outside shout for that reason only
Like,
because
maybe
United
if
can do
both of them,
something.
like, if both of them drop out, like, that's no hate to United. Like, but if Arsenal's in that position, I'll be saying the same thing. If both of them
Yeah,
drop levels, then maybe they're over there. They're just waiting. Like, if some both of them drop, then they can take over. But they're just not in the race. They're just there. Like, if both of them drop, they can.
yeah, it's waiting to bounce, but they
Mhm.
need to keep up that form
They need to.
in waiting to bounce because,
Mhm.
like, you lose one game, that's it. Out of the title race.
Bro,
That's
they've
how
been in
close it
the
is.
title is they've been out like since Jan. They've in. They lose the game, they're out. Then they win a game,
Yeah,
and then they're in it,
but
and then they draw or
but
lose,
bro,
and they're out.
to think that this is Ten Hag's first season, to think what Ten Hag's done in one season for United, it shows a bit of progress. Like I think this team could be a menace in the years to come.
It
Same as
could.
Arsenal.
I've like he's spent good money, but what he's done is good. Like he's done good things. Like United look different than they did last.
Yeah,
But they made
the
some.
way of playing is different.
But they made good signings. Like Casemiro, that was a game changer for them. Like having a number.
Casemiro is a game changer, but bro, there's also bad signings like Weghorst. I mean, it's too early to judge him still, but like he hasn't made any impact.
Mm-hmm. True, but for me, like I'm very worried about having a very good number six. Like having a very
Yeah,
good DM is the difference between league winners and top like three, four. Is
yeah,
DM probably for me because the DM is the most important position. You have a
it
good
is.
DM, you can go for titles. You can win. You can play expansive attacking football. So
Yeah,
I think
that's
Casemiro was
true.
a game changer for them. I think.
Yeah, 100%. Retirement home, no more.
Mhm. Yeah, it wasn't retirement. Like Casemiro, I didn't think it was a retirement home for him. He's still like
I
30.
mean,
He's
no, no, obviously he's not gonna retire anytime soon, but the contract that they gave him and everything, 400K a week, this and that, like
if the
no
contract
professional.
after this one, I would say now it's the retirement home. Not like he's just milking them. Like because he's got a full
Yeah,
contract. Like after this one, like then I would say like it's a retirement contract. Like it's just milk.
yeah, but
But
he's been a
very
game
good
changer, that's for sure.
signing.
Ericsson, bro.
And
Ericsson, what a signing for
but
free.
he's out for the season though now. But very good
Yeah.
backup though, Sabitzer. Not bad. Like him.
I don't know much about Sabitzer.
I
Like I haven't seen him much.
I haven't seen him that much, but I've seen him very little. But as much I've seen, I like him. He's not bad. I like
It's not bad. Weghorst.
him. Weghorst doesn't make sense to me at all. Maybe it was just a target, big target man they can aim long balls at, and Rashford and Sancho or
I
Anthony.
mean, that's the only way it makes sense.
That's the
That's
only
the
thing.
only way it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy is 6'7", but that's all he is.
Sorry.
he, he's deadwood. But one thing he does, yeah, he pressures the ball well. Um, he does create like presses. He starts the press, which is why I think that was one of the main priorities for Ten Hag to go out and get someone like a Weghorst because he's very unique in his attributes. Because like the guy 6'7", provides aerial threat, but also presses as much.
Mm-hmm.
You look at similar examples such as Giroud and like Abramovich. You can't say the same thing. But let's see how he comes. Like, can't say much about him just yet.
So let's just run through the rest of the fixtures. Brentford,
Yeah, go on.
Crystal Palace won. That was a surprise result for me. Not gonna lie.
Really, who do you think was
I
winning?
thought Brentford's gonna win easy because they play good.
Easy.
They've been in a really good form lately.
Yeah, true. They
So
have been indeed. I thought like, yeah, I mean, draw is what I was expecting as well, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not really surprised with that result.
it was
Because Crystal
nearly
Palace,
longest time, like 69th minute was nil-nil. They equalized
yeah,
96th minute. Brentford.
damn, it's late still.
Next one, Fulham won, Brighton nil. That's surprising because Brighton was at home.
Brighton was at home, plus like, bro, Mitro's been out of action the
But
past
Williams
couple of
plays
weeks.
very good football. Williams
Yeah, bro, he doesn't look like a 34-year-old winger, bro.
doesn't look like
He
the
looks
Williams
solid.
we saw at Arsenal even, bro. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I think you need that break away from not break away from football necessarily, but a break away from the Premier League because
Mm.
obviously expectation, pressure, all of that. Now he's 34, he has nothing to prove to anyone.
He's balling like in his own way. Like he's not balling on that level, but
Yeah, he's still good enough.
Everton won, Leeds won. Sean Dyke special.
Yeah, isn't it like 1-0? Everton 1-0.
Leeds nil. Sean Dyke special, bro. That was
Yeah, I
expected.
mean, bro,
Did you see the goal?
he,
You should see the goal. Like Coleman, like I think he was in a crossing position and it just went into the net and Melier was in no man.
no shit. Who
Mm-hmm.
scored?
Coleman
Oh, Coleman.
from a
Oh,
crossing
okay.
position, like he scored from a crossing position. I think he was running and he crossed the ball. I think he was crossing with the ball and Melier was in no man's land. This is Melier. This is the goal. Like
Oh, what the fuck?
this is the goal. This is Melier and Coleman was in the in crossing position of out wide. And he crossed directly into it. Just went directly into the goal.
God damn. I mean, no surprise though. I think he's gonna make Everton better.
Yeah, like I think uh
They're gonna survive this
they're gonna,
season easy.
they're gonna survive. Wolves nil, Bournemouth 1.
That's a surprise result for me because I was thinking maybe Wolves is gonna uh, play around. It's gonna be a field day for Wolves against Bournemouth because
Because
like
Wolves been
Wolves,
looking good recently, not gonna lie.
yes, they have been under Lopetegui, and the way they play football is nice to watch as well,
One point
as
I thought they
compared to
were
their
gonna get
previous.
relegated. No,
Say again?
at one point I thought they were gonna get relegated.
Yeah, bro, they weren't that good in the start of the season. They were shite. But ever
But
since he's
watch
come in,
him.
like there's something about something about
The
the
manager,
big manager.
find a good manager.
Even Emery, bro, these Spanish managers have this ability to be good football managers. I would even argue like this is a topic for another day, but most Spanish managers tend to be successful. Not most, as in most successful managers are Spanish. That's what I'm going to say.
We can actually make a video on this and see if it actually coincides or not.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the last fixture of the season, game week, Tottenham 2 West.
Season.
I wish we talk Tottenham 2 West Ham nil. That was
No surprise there. I mean, West Ham have been again this season. They have been very underwhelming, very shit.
bro, they were fighting for top four last season, and this season they're like fighting for relegation. That's 360-degree turn.
It's called the Chelsea syndrome, bro.
Oh my God. If they get relegated, that's good news for anyone who's gonna get rise. But I think they still can. I'm not gonna lie, I won't take them out of the equation. They still can
Yeah,
win.
just like Ben Rama, Antonio, their attackers just don't look the same no more. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just different. Like I don't know what to say. Like it's a
Bowen
bit
doesn't look
weird.
the same, bro. Bowen last season and
Yeah,
Bowen
what happened to Bowen, man?
one
What
season
happened
wonder,
to
bro.
Bowen?
One season wonder, bro.
Yeah, one season wonder did like I'm thinking, I don't know, bro. If West Ham get relegated, I mean, whoever buys all these players, yeah,
Just cherry picking then, bro. Literally, you go there and you're like, I want him, I want him, I want. And then no
yeah,
one.
this one, and this one.
I don't think any one of their starting 11 is gonna stay with them if they're relegated. No one's playing
Bro,
in it.
basically, it'll happen like what happened to Burnley last season. Like
Mm-hmm.
most of their players just left. There's
They're
no
back.
Burnley
Yeah.
anymore.
They're like bye bye.
Yeah, but Burnley's first in again maybe a different conversation, but they're first
The championship. Yeah.
in
Look, they're
Premier League.
back. Fulham this time is not going back. This is the biggest surprise for me this season.
Yeah,
The
because
foundation.
bro, Fulham's on a spring all the fucking time. Yeah, they jump up and they come down. They jump up and they come down.
No,
They
it's
jump up and they
Fulham
come
this
down.
season, Norwich next season. Fulham next season, Norwich next season. Fulham next season, Norwich next season. It's been like this for the past
Yeah,
2 years. But this time for Fulham, like nah.
Fulham's here to stay.
And they're
Fulham is here
sixth.
to talk
Bro, they're
business.
sixth. Fulham is sixth.
Bro, every time I hear a number that's one digit gives me depression, bro.
क्या
Honestly,
दिन थे
bro.
वो
Yeah, honestly, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Shit. I mean, Fulham do look decent this season, especially because of Mitrovic's form and everything. But again, long way to go still.
As a team too, as a team too. Bro,
As
even
a
if they
team,
drop
too.
down to eighth, ninth, that's a very good season for Fulham. They just got promoted. For a newly promoted side, a top 10 finish is very, 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 very good.
Yeah, like Brentford last season.
Mm-hmm.
That was very good.
They can build on
Mhm.
that. Maybe try to be West Ham of last season, next season. But
Oh yeah, even
yeah,
Villa.
yeah, that's the game week. That's
Yeah,
opinions
that's
and
everything.
thoughts for this game week.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Mhm.
Sorry for going MIA, but we're back now and we're back for good. Anyway,
We're back with the shebang, boy.
we're back for good this time. So anyone
Yeah.
like, comment, share, and subscribe. That you guys know. We shouldn't be telling you, but क्या कहते हैं? Alright, bye bye. Thank you.
All right, bro.
Catch you
I'll
later.
catch